accomplish our goals are well known, and that people know where we are in those processes, and for decisions to be transparent. I also am a strong team builder. I have, in my estimation, one of the strongest teams within our division. We have 15 department heads within our division, and I've increased the number of women at the director levels and the number of directors of color since I've been there, and I'm devoted to that. So I'm a strong believer that one of the roles of the president here would be to build team. I think that's the way we get things done in a much more productive and involved way, as if we consider that we may have different positions that we're playing on that team, but nevertheless we're part of the same team, and that team is to serve students and advance the university. On a personal note, I'm married. You met my wife Marlene. I mentioned a little bit about her ownership of her own business. Her business is called Dynamic Leadership Development, and she does executive coaching and leadership development for corporate entities throughout the United States. I've learned a lot from her over the time frame, personally and professionally. We have a married son and daughter-in-law and 2 grandchildren that live in Blue Springs, Missouri. And we have a married daughter and son-in-law and 2 grandchildren that live in Lee Summit, Missouri. So we've been visiting them before this trek down here last night. As I mentioned, I grew up on a dairy farm, and that is where I learned that is probably the steadiest work I will ever have. 365 days a year, twice a day, every day. My values stem from that upbringing, that rural background, and I value that tremendously. My brother and I are still in partnership on our family farm, and it's a century farm for those of you that know something about what that means. Simply means it's been in the family for over 100 years. But we're very proud of our heritage. And some, I would like to say that kind of end the way I started, and that is that I'm honored to be here. I know Marlene is too. We've had great hospitality. We appreciate the institution. UCM is a fine, fine university. You have a lot to be proud of here. Some of the components about this institution that I think are real strengths is this Educating for Service motto that I've talked about, the unique role that you have in technology training. You may not feel like the percentage of state support is where it ought to be, but it's much higher than in Illinois, and it's much higher than it is in a lot of other states throughout the nation. That's a real positive aspect, albeit those dollars usually are dwindling at the state level. You have flexibility in moving some money from one budget year to the next budget year. That helps in terms of fiscal management. You've had devoted alums, 80,000 strong. That's a terrific asset.